Hey there Dev Squad, Virtus here and welcome back to my Unreal Engine 4 sequencer course. In today's video, we're going to be taking advantage of particles and sounds and implementing them into our sequences to bring them to life. If you take a look at what's on the screen now, you can see exactly what we're going to be creating. As you can see, we've got particles exploding and accompanying sound effects. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into Unreal Engine 4. Okay, so now we're inside of Unreal Engine, we can show you how to use particle effects and sound effects as part of your level sequence. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be setting up a second camera inside of our sequence to actually house the animation for the particles and the sound effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly grab a camera and I'm going to be dragging it into my scene. So drop and drag it just like that. And we're going to be having this camera follow the character as it walks away. And as it walks away, it is going to play a particle effect, which is going to be an explosion. And then there is also going to be a sound, which is going to accompany that. So this is going to be my default position here. With that done, I'm going to add the actor to the sequence. So add camera actor 2. And then with this, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to where the third person walk animation starts. So take our viewfinder, get to that point, and then what we're going to do is create the transform track down here. So go to transform and then go to location. And then what we're going to do is have the default location here. And then on the camera at the end of our sequence over here, we are going to have this camera moving all the way back. So what we're going to do is move it on the X. So we're going to create keyframes for the transform over on this side by pressing the icon. Go to our X. And then we are just going to be adjusting this value until we have got about the same sort of frame as we did do before. And you can see that there. So if I go ahead and move back here, you can see it's going to follow that character really, really well. So with that done, what we also need to do is go up to the top here and we need to change our shot from the first shot that we've got to the second one. So we're going to be taking our shot 1, we're going to be reducing the size of that, and when it gets to this point here, we are going to add a camera and we're going to add camera actor 2. And this is essentially going to change the camera in our sequence. So let me go ahead and show you this. So lock the viewport to your camera if you haven't done so already. Press play, and once it gets to the walking animation, it's going to change to that camera. So with that done, what we can now do is add in the particle effects. Now, adding in particle effects are really, really straightforward. So what we're going to do is, first things first, we're going to find a particle effect that we want to use inside of our content browser. So go to your content browser in the bottom left here, go to third person, and then we're going to go to starter content, and then we're going to look for our particles. And the one we're after is our explosion. So with our explosion, we're going to be having this going off behind the character. Now notice there, it went off automatically. We do not want this to activate straight away. So in the details panel with this particle effect, we are going to set auto activate to untrue. Now what we do need to do is increase the size of this particle effect so it can be seen really well. And just like you would with a particle effect in your level, all you're doing is setting your scale to something bigger. For me, I'm going to work with 15 by 15 by 15. And what we can do now is actually bring this into our sequence. To do that, actor 2 sequence, and you guessed it, add P_explosion, which is the item we've got selected. And then with this, we can actually create a couple of different types of tracks for this particle effect. We've got our attach, which is essentially going to attach this to an object. We've got our event, but we're not going to worry about that. The main one that we're actually interested in is our particle toggle track, which is essentially just going to turn it off and on. So if you want this particle effect to play, we're going to toggle that. What we also have down at the bottom here is a transform track, which is going to allow us to change the scale, the rotation, and the location, just like any other object. You've also got the particle parameter track, which is going to allow you to change certain parameters within the particles, but we're not going to worry about that. What we are going to do is simply create a particle toggle track. And then over here, what we have is a box which says activate, deactivate, and trigger. What we're going to do is, once the camera has switched to this position and he's done a little bit of movement, we're going to tell it to activate. So with activate selected, we're going to add a new keyframe, and that is going to activate it at that point. And as you can see here, we've got this in our timeline and it's showing us the length of that particle effect. If I was to go ahead and press play and watch this, you are going to see this is going to activate just like that. So it's doing exactly what we want it to. So that is pretty much everything that I wanted to go over in terms of particle effects. They're really straightforward to use. The main thing you got to do is just activate them at the right point. You've got the transform to move them around. But what really is going to bring those particle effects to life is adding sound effects into it. Now, adding sound, again, is really easy. What we're going to do is add an audio track. And with this audio track, we can press plus audio, and then we can choose a sound effect. And any sound effect that I put in here, it is going to play it locally. So what I mean by that is it is going to play it without any attenuation. So it's not going to fade away based on distance, it's just going to play it regardless at a set volume. Now the sound effect we're going to go for is explosion_1. And then with this, what we're going to do is simply tell this to play this sound at a certain point. And we've done that, and it's over here on our timeline. So what we're going to do is, with that certain point we're after, we want this to go off at the very start of our particle effect. So if we go back here, and then as it reaches that point, you are going to notice it is going to make the sound effect. And that is pretty much all you need to know about sound effects inside of Sequencer. They're really, really straightforward and very easy to use. So let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what we've done. And as you can see there, the particle effect goes off, the sound effect goes off, and we are really starting to bring our cinematic to life. Anyway guys, that is absolutely everything for this video. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you let us know with a comment and a like down below. Thanks again for watching, stay awesome, keep creating. Your boy Virtus, signing out.